Hi guys, welcome to Impiger Technologies Mobile Application Development Division. Impiger Technologies was founded in 2004 and has served as a technology partner for several Fortune 100 companies to small businesses across the globe. Since March 2008 though, with the advent of mobile technologies and Apple just changing the face of how people use their smartphones, we have spent a good amount of time and resources in preparing ourselves for the challenges. In this presentation, not only would I cover what you need to keep in mind if you have an idea for an iPhone application, but also what process Impiger Technologies follows to make sure the development goes smoothly. Following that, I will do some analysis on the fixed price and the time and material model, what is revenue sharing model. I'll show you some of our sample applications that we've developed recently, and last but not least, information about how to get in touch with us. So you got your first application idea while you were probably hanging out in your backyard or while you were at the gym. You've written it down, checked it in the App Store, nothing close to that exists. You're so excited, you've told your friends, and what next? Now, the first step that you would take to publish your application or the game at App Store would be to register for a developer's account, an SDK account. Now, at the Apple's website, you can register for that for about $99. Otherwise, you get an enterprise license. This enterprise license would cost you $299. Now, once you submit your application, Apple takes about 1 to 3 weeks to approve it. So you got to keep that in mind. Now, let us go over the next steps. Now, usually, when you talk to a developer, a freelancer, or a company like us, I would recommend you get an NDA signed, which protects your idea. Usually, what we do after we sign the NDA is we get you an appointment, where you talk to one of our senior developers or the architect, where you discuss your idea. We can tell you immediately though if in the call itself if the idea is feasible or not. We make some notes and then get back to you with a comprehensive code for you within the next 24 hours. Now this includes the number of hours, total price, and timeline. After that, the customer reviews the code. They give us a go or a no-go for the project. And then we present the statement of work. Both parties sign, and then we start the project. Now, a lot of times people have questions about whether to go for fixed price or the hourly rate. So there is no right answer. We have the flexibility at Impiger for the customer to choose between the fixed price development or a time and material contract. Now, as you can see, both have some advantages and some disadvantages. The key difference though is when you have the requirements nailed, when you have a very clear vision of what you would like to do, then we follow the fixed price model and we assume all the risk. Also, with this fixed price model, we provide you with 4 weeks of support or bug fixes and minor enhancements. On the other hand, you might want to go with the hourly rate or time and material contract. Now, once you sign the contract, we again do a formal detailed requirement analysis which acts as a contract between the customer and the contractor. We also prepare a detailed design document with all the use cases and the dependencies and send it to you for a review. Along with that, our graphics team creates a few UI designs. It covers the splash screen, which is the first screen that comes when you run your iPhone application, different icons, etc., etc. Now, a lot of times people have questions about the cost. How much is it going to cost me to get an application? What are the payment terms? Now, with us, the cost basically varies with the complexity and the requirements. Now, if it's a really simple app, just a content-based app, now more graphics means higher cost. Another question that I get oftentimes is about revenue sharing. Now, Apple takes 30%, So if you get 100,000 hits on your application, it gets downloaded 100,000 times. You're selling it for, I don't know, $2.99, so you have $300,000. So imagine this: Apple takes $90,000 out of that. Now you get the rest of it, $210,000. A lot of developers, a lot of our competitors, they have an inbuilt percentage of the revenue. So, some people have 10%, 20%, but we have 0%. So we would not take any percentage of the revenue if you pay us the full price for the development. But a lot of times, we do modify that contract if you need to. So suppose the application costs you $8,000, but you just want to spend $6,000. So we might buy a percentage in the application for $2,000. Again, that depends. We evaluate that on case by case basis, and we do some analysis, see the potential of the application, and then we make that decision. Next, you see some of the sample applications that we've developed. There's iCuckoo, sing-along application, free calorie counter. Then we have on the next page an application that basically finds the closest Starbucks based on your location. Then there's Five Boards application. There's a My Bean Jar application which goes with all the games, really, really popular. Then we have iFinder, Talkback, Journal Diary. And I can't tell you a lot about these applications because we have some confidentiality agreements with these. And look for our new, up and coming applications as well. One of them being Video Editor, Beauty 911 by former Miss USA. Then we have Pet Therapy, Amnesia Cures, Social Networking Search, Arrow. Then we have the Theme Genie, SMS Block, a lot of applications basically. Now, one more thing to keep in mind is oftentimes you might need to decide which platform or which mobile phone to go for. iPhone may not be the best choice always because if you have an application, iPhone has a lot of restrictions in what you can and cannot do. If you want an application that can do a lot more, meaning run in the background, send some notifications back and forth, basically you have a lot more flexibility with Android, even with BlackBerry. So we do a lot of Android, Palm Pre, BlackBerry, and other Java-based phones as well. So we get a requirement, and we port it to different different platforms, different mobile phones. It starts with an iPhone application and then goes to all the different phones because of the success, and vice versa too. It starts as a BlackBerry application and then we port it for iPhone. Now, if you need to get in touch with us, you could just give us a call at, this is my cell phone number, and I keep it on 24/7. So you can call me 469-742-1095, or you could just email us at sales@impigertech.com. And if you're in town, just drop by. Our office is in Richardson. It's greater Dallas area. So, just stop by, say hello. We could, talk about your application in person too. So that's about it. Thank you guys. Thanks for your time. Bye-bye.